What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I know it has been a while since I posted. I've been in the process of moving and I've just had other things on the go, but we're back here posting content, hopefully a little bit more consistently. I know I always kind of say that, but what I wanted to do is today just show you how you can create an average daytime scene like this into a cool night scene like this. What I want to do is just run you through a little breakdown of the setup. So as you can see here, we have my camera just on a tripod. So as you can see, I'm using the Laowa 42 nanomorph lens on my camera. I've been playing around with them a bunch and I really enjoy the image quality that they produce. It's not ultra sharp, it's a little softer. There's some imperfections which I actually really prefer compared to the ultra sharp lenses. So we have the camera just mounted on a tripod here, pointing into my office. Excuse the mess, it's still in the works of unpacking items and finding organizational means to the madness. So we're trying to create this nighttime environment during the middle of the day. So how do we do that? So first things first, what I wanted to do is I wanted to really cool off the white balance on my camera. And so I brought that down to 3000 Kelvin. So that made the image already appear a lot cooler. A lot of these nighttime scenes that you see in Hollywood movies or other creators who are conjuring up these sort of scenes, they tend to have a blue tone to them or a teal tone to them. So how did I create this scene? I wanted to keep it as simple as possible, and to do that I just used a single light. So I recently acquired the Aputure Storm 1200X, which is an absolute beast of a light, and I wanted to see how bright it actually was. So what I did was, as you can see, I just mounted it on a stand outside in my yard and pushed it a little ways away from the window, probably about 2 meters or so, 2-3 meters. And then I just hiked it up on the stand and angled it down just to kind of replicate what the angle of the moon would be like at nighttime. That way it just created nice aesthetic diagonal beams of light coming in through the window. And I wanted to ensure that it was far enough away from the window itself that it didn't create really harsh shadows either. So obviously you can see shadows in the image, but I wanted to have them a little softer, a little subtler, and not like a giant light is just pressed right against the window and blasting you with light. So then the only other thing is I noticed that on my door, because I wanted to have the door propped open and have the shot look like it's someone from outside the room looking in. So I wanted to have the door open, and I realized that there was just too much light hitting the white door. So I just had to kind of conjure up a little solution out of what I had on hand to basically cut out a certain portion of the light that was hitting the door. And what I ended up using is just one of those 5-in-1, you know, twisty Amazon things that everyone seems to have. So then I just used the black negative portion of it and just clamped it on a stand and put it on the opposite side of the door just to cut out the light that was coming in through the window and basically hitting the door directly. Obviously there still was ambient light that was hitting the door, but it really cut down the amount and made it look more natural. Then the other thing I should mention is that I wanted to have a little color contrast in the image, and I thought it would be great to have a couple practicals on just to add a little warmth to what is obviously a very cool image. So I think the two lamps just provide that really nice touch of color contrast that was needed for the image. I initially tried without, and it just was like it was a little too blue for my liking. So yeah, just add in some practicals when you need to zhuzh up your shot, and typically it'll help you out, but obviously you don't want to overdo it. Make it seem natural. You don't want to have like 10 practicals on your desk. That would be weird. So then even more of the transformation from a daytime scene to a nighttime scene happens in post-production stage, so in the color grade. And if you guys are interested, if you enjoyed this, I will share what I did for the color grade to transform what was a daytime shot into this cool nighttime shot. All right, so that's pretty much it for the video. Just wanted to show you guys that you can achieve these aesthetic shots with a relatively simple setup. You don't have to waste tons of your time, but it's fun. You can troubleshoot, you can play around, and it allows you to push your creativity a little bit. So let me know in the comments if you are interested in seeing my color grading process for transforming this even further from a daytime scene into this nighttime scene. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.